Egypt is known for its rich culture and heritage, but some recent groundbreaking discoveries will also leave you astounded. From giant lost cities to horrific mummies, let's take a look at some of the greatest recent discoveries of Egypt. The Bust of Nefertiti. Have you ever heard of the Bust of Nefertiti? It's one of the most iconic works of art from ancient Egypt, created by the master sculptor Thutmose in 1345 BC. Discovered by German archaeologist Ludwig Borchardt in 1912, this awe-inspiring limestone sculpture stands at an impressive 20+ inches tall and is now housed in the Neues Museum in Berlin, Germany. What makes the Bust of Nefertiti so special is its intricate detail and artistry. It boasts a lifelike face with delicate features that represent the queen with unparalleled accuracy. This masterpiece also has a unique blend of traditional and modern art styles, with realistic features and an abstract interpretation of Nefertiti. If you ever find yourself in Berlin, make sure to check out the Bust of Nefertiti. It's a testament to the beauty and power of ancient Egyptian art and culture, and a true masterpiece that has stood the test of time. Bes, the Egyptian god of fun. Let's talk about Bes, the god of fun. Archaeologists recently made a fascinating discovery of a gold ring bearing an engraved image of Bes while exploring a graveyard in Akhenaten. While Bes is well known for soothing women during labor, this discovery revealed that he's much more than just that. Bes symbolizes anything fun, pleasurable, and exciting in a good way. He's known for playing sonorous tunes at parties and making everything he touches lively and happy. And it's no surprise that ancient images of this fun god can be found all over Egypt. What other interesting facts do you know about Bes? Share them in the comments below. Tattoos for childbirth. Finally, archaeologists discovered a tattoo on the hip bone of an Egyptian woman mummified and buried along the Nile riverbanks. This tattoo shows ink drawings of Bes, the deity charged with protecting women during childbirth by soothing their pain. It's fascinating to see how ancient Egyptians used tattoos for more than just decorative purposes. They believe in the power of symbols and their ability to protect the living and the dead. The pregnant ancient mummy. If you thought the lost golden city and the underground tunnels were mind-blowing finds, wait till you hear about the pregnant ancient mummy. Discovered in the National Museum in Warsaw, Poland, the mysterious lady was the first ever pregnant embalmed mummy. The mummy and its sarcophagus were donated to the University of Warsaw in 1826 and had been safely kept in the National Museum since 1917. The identity of the woman is still unknown, but she has raised questions about why she was mummified with her fetus. Mummified babies. Brace yourself for a shocking discovery. 2 mummified babies were found in King Tutankhamun's tomb. The mystery behind these 2 unnamed girls raises so many questions. Were they special in any way? Did they die before the king? Were they sacrificed for some ritual? Unfortunately, we may never know the answers to these questions. Some sources suggest that they were Tutankhamun's children who died before the king himself did. The king ordered that he be buried next to his daughters because he wanted to reunite with them in the afterlife. How sad and mysterious. But what's even more puzzling is that these little girls were only tagged with the numbers 317A and 317B. What do these numbers mean? Do you have any ideas? Let us know in the comments. Mummy with a gold tongue. Ancient Egyptians believed in the afterlife so much that they went to great lengths to ensure their elites were well taken care of. One such provision was coating the tongues of mummies with gold during the Greco-Roman period. This was believed to give the deceased supernatural abilities, such as the power to communicate with Osiris, the underworld god. Archaeologists found similar examples of this unique burial practice in a cemetery in the north of Cairo. It's amazing to see how the ancient Egyptians' beliefs were intricately woven into their burial practices. Mysterious giant finger. If you thought giants were just a thing of fairy tales and myths, then you're in for a surprise. In 1988, a giant finger was discovered that measures about 15 inches long. This makes it larger than any human finger ever discovered by scientists. What's more, the remains of bones of giant humans have yet to be excavated anywhere else in the world, adding to the mystery. But wait, what if this finger belonged to a gorilla instead? Could it be that a pharaoh hunted down and killed a gorilla and decided to keep its finger in his trophy collection? The possibilities are endless, and it's up to archaeologists to keep digging for answers. The mummification of Isaias. Mummification was believed to be a means of preserving the body for the afterlife. However, the mummification of Isaias, the daughter of Demetrius, was different. She was mummified in a way that would turn her into a goddess. This new study is called the Complete 180 and will be exhibited at the Golden Mummies of Egypt. The exhibition opens in 2023 at the museum at the University of Manchester, England. It's exciting to see how archaeologists are still uncovering information about ancient Egyptian practices. Futuristic weapons. Have you ever looked at the pyramids and wondered how on earth the ancient Egyptians built such massive structures without modern technology? It's mind-boggling, right? But what if they actually had access to some sci-fi tech that we haven't discovered yet? That's what some archaeologists believe, based on certain ancient artifacts and artworks. One of the most intriguing finds is an ancient rock discovered in Egypt that dates back to the time of the Egyptian Empire. Strangely enough, this rock depicts what looks like a modern gun. Now, we don't want to jump to conclusions, but how could the ancient Egyptians know what a modern gun looks like unless they saw it somewhere? Another piece of evidence comes in the form of hieroglyphics that show what looks like a helicopter, as well as drawings of tanks and flying crafts. Could it be that the ancient Egyptians had contact with an alien race that possessed advanced technology like this? We're not saying it's aliens, but, well, you know the rest. Ancient pupils' punishment. Are you curious about how ancient Egyptians punished naughty pupils? Archaeologists recently discovered about 18,000 pieces of inscribed pottery, also known as ostraka, which were used to discipline misbehaving students. This mild form of punishment involved making erring youth write lines on a piece of pottery. This method of instilling discipline was introduced around 2,000 years ago, and it's interesting to see how humanely the ancient Egyptians handled little rascals who didn't want to act right. What do you think about this method of punishment? Do you know of any other ancient cultures with unique punishment methods? Let us know in the comments. Sun temples. Did you know that in ancient Egypt, sun temples were built in honor of the sun god? The 5th dynasty of 2465 to 2323 BC usually built sun temples in close proximity to pyramid complexes. These temples had their own staff, agricultural land, and received donations on festival dates. Recently, an excavation at the Abu Ghorab site in northern Egypt has dispelled speculation that the 6 sun temples were just one temple that was renamed over the years. The temple honors Nusir-ini, the 6th king of the 5th dynasty, who reigned from 2400 to 2370 BCE. The temple bears seals and beer jars that could be traced back to the 25th century BC. The discovery of this temple is fascinating because it sheds light on the ancient worship of the sun god. Have you ever wondered how ancient Egyptians worshiped their gods? Geometric Miracle Tunnel. In a recent discovery that's captured the imagination of many, a team of archaeologists have unearthed a tunnel behind an ancient Egyptian temple in the city of Taposiris Magna. Dubbed the Geometric Miracle, the tunnel is an impressive feat of engineering, stretching 1,300 meters in length and located 13 meters below the ground. The discovery is significant because the team was actually searching for Cleopatra's lost tomb. While they haven't found the tomb yet, The tunnel could take them one step closer to the elusive goal. The tunnel has already produced hidden treasures, including pieces of pottery and a block of limestone. The researchers are eager to uncover more and answer questions about the temple's purpose and significance. What else might they find? Could the tunnel hold the key to the mystery of Cleopatra's tomb? The ancient Egyptian brewery. Archaeologists have discovered an industrial-scale brewery that dates back to around 3150 BC, which was used during the burials of the kings of Egypt. The brewery produced about 5,900 gallons of beer at a time, using grains that were initially thought to be used for protection against rot, but were later found to be for beer making. The discovery of this brewery suggests that beer played a vital role in ancient Egyptian burial rituals and highlights the wealthy and sophisticated society of ancient Egypt. Thousands of pottery beer jars were found at the site, as they are commonly found in funerary temples. Mummy portraits. Imagine excavating an ancient necropolis and discovering human-like portraits painted on linen shrouds. That's exactly what archaeologists found in the Egyptian city of Philadelphia. These portraits belong to influential middle-class or elite-class persons, as they were quite expensive to produce back then. Due to looting, mummy portraits are rare to come across, the last of which were found around 1880. It's fascinating to see how advanced the ancient Egyptians were in terms of art and preserving their dead. Unique ancient birds. The ancient Egyptians were masters of art, and their artwork is truly exceptional. Recently, archaeologists discovered a heavily detailed painting of rock pigeons that's over 3,300 years old. This painting displays intricate images of birds, some perched next to a marsh and others in flight. Although the painting was found over 100 years ago, it was only in recent research that the species of birds were identified. Some species identified include the red-backed shrike, a pied kingfisher, and a white wagtail. It was also claimed that some of these birds had unnatural markings. What a stunning masterpiece! Do you know of any other ancient artwork that depicts birds in such detail? Share them in the comments below. Sphinx Room. Conservationists working on Emperor Nero's palace renovation in Rome stumbled upon an unexpected find. Inside a hidden underground chamber was a series of colorful animal frescoes, including panthers, centaurs, and a sphinx. The palace, known as the Domus Aurea, was built over 1900 years ago, and Nero's infatuation with art is apparent in this stunning discovery. How did they create such intricate and detailed paintings during ancient times? It's a mystery that continues to boggle the mind. Lost Scottish Village. In 1692, the MacDonald clan of Glencoe and the Scottish Highlands were massacred, and the site of the victims' dwellings remained a mystery for centuries. Recently, archaeologists discovered the remnants of the little township and are hoping to unearth a treasure trove of relics. What artifacts could they uncover that could provide insight into Scottish history? Aswan's unfinished obelisk. The ancient Egyptians were master builders, and the unfinished obelisk in Aswan, southern Egypt, is a testament to their ingenuity. This monolithic structure would have been nearly as high as Niagara Falls, making it the world's largest solid obelisk if completed. How did they carve such massive pillars out of stone without modern machinery? It's a wonder that continues to amaze us. Egypt's Abu Simbel temples. In the early 19th century, a young Egyptian boy led archaeologists to a rock face near his town, where he had discovered odd drawings. The archaeologists began digging and uncovered one of the most incredible structures ever built. The Abu Simbel temples, carved directly into the rock face, stood at the height of a 10-story building and were dedicated to the great pharaoh Ramses II. How did they construct such an impressive monument over 3,000 years ago? The mystery remains unsolved. The Valley of the Kings. Now, let's talk about the Valley of the Kings. This breathtakingly beautiful place is home to the ancient tombs of Egypt's most powerful kings and nobles. Over 63 majestic tombs stand tall, each crafted with exquisite hieroglyphics and carvings. The tomb of Tutankhamun is perhaps the most well-known, but there are many others to explore as well. Visitors can also explore the Valley of the Queens, the Temple of Hatshepsut, and the Ramesseum, all located within the same area. The grand entrance of the Valley Temple is guarded by two imposing statues of the pharaoh Amenhotep IV, and inside, visitors can explore its many chambers and see the remains of the pharaoh's mortuary temple. It's a truly awe-inspiring experience that will transport you to another time and place. Animals predict earthquakes. Have you ever noticed your pets or other animals behaving strangely before an earthquake? Many people have made such observations, and researchers have been trying to figure out whether there's a connection between animals and seismic activity. One theory suggests that animals can sense the release of ions into the air caused by the pushing together of fault lines. While there's no conclusive evidence yet, researchers are eager to collect more data and conduct further testing. This topic has sparked interest and curiosity, and scientists are hopeful that they will be able to better understand the relationship between animals and seismic activity. Who knows? Perhaps our furry friends could play a vital role in predicting earthquakes in the future. King Tutankhamun's tomb. Next, we have the tomb of King Tutankhamun. This young pharaoh's tomb was discovered in 1922 by British archaeologist Howard Carter, and it contained a treasure trove of priceless artifacts that give us a glimpse into the life of ancient Egypt. However, with the discovery of the tomb came a dark and sinister rumor: the curse of the pharaohs. Many who had entered the tomb had died soon after, leading to wild speculation that the tomb was cursed. Of course, this theory was unfounded, but it added to the mystique of the young pharaoh and his short but intriguing reign. But what about King Tut himself? We now know that he was tall but physically frail, with a debilitating bone disease in his left foot. Inbreeding in the Egyptian royal family is thought to have been a major factor in his poor health and premature death at age 19. DNA tests have even revealed that his parents were brother and sister, and his wife was also his half-sister. The true cause of death for this alluring ruler remains a mystery, but his legacy will live on in his astonishing tomb and its treasures. Today's open discussion points towards a recent discovery at the ancient port of Taposiris Magna, located about 50 kilometers west of Alexandria. The two intriguing mummies could be dated back to the life of the Egyptian queen Cleopatra VII. The mummies were wrapped in golden leaves, which means they were high-ranking people of some status. Unfortunately, both mummies were in very bad condition when they were found, due to rainwater entering the tomb. But the X-ray examination still confirmed that the mummies belonged to a man and a woman. 200 coins with Cleopatra's face engraved on it were also found on the site, which suggests that some further digging at Taposiris Magna may lead to the discovery of Cleopatra's tomb, whose burial place is still not found. The Rosetta Stone. Another incredible discovery in Egyptian history is the Rosetta Stone, which was discovered by French soldiers during Napoleon's campaign in Egypt in 1799. This 3-foot, 8-inch tall black basalt slab contained ancient writing in 3 different languages: Greek, Egyptian, Demotic, and hieroglyphic. It was the key to translating ancient hieroglyphics that had been lost for almost 2,000 years, unlocking the doors to our past. Archaeologists were suddenly able to understand exactly what it was they were seeing on the walls of the pyramids and on the tombs of the mummies. The Rosetta Stone is undoubtedly one of the most magnificent historical discoveries ever made. The Lost Golden City. Imagine discovering an ancient city lost for over 3,000 years. That is what archaeologists discovered in Luxor, Egypt in September 2020. The Lost Golden City dates back to the reign of Amenhotep III and provides insight into the life of ancient Egyptians. It includes a bakery, residential area, and administrative district. The items discovered in the city, such as scarabs, amulets, and jewelry, are still intact, offering a glimpse into their way of life. Which one of these discoveries do you think was the most exciting? Let us know in the comments. And if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like it and also subscribe to our channel for more amazing content. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next one.